Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Todd and everyone. I bring you greetings from Winnemac and Brookville and Napanee and Santa Claus and Osgood, from Columbia City and Goodland and Scottsburg and Lagodi and Rosedale and Avila and Shipshewana and Oakland City and West Terre Haute and Churubusco, just to name a few from recent weeks. And I bring you something more important. I bring you thanks from all those places and more. You know, this temporary assignment I hold through your hard work and at the sufferance of our fellow citizens enables a person to say thanks a lot. To say thanks to state employees for the hard work they do. To say thanks to employers who are bringing jobs and growth and opportunity to this state. To say thanks to our soldiers for what they do and what they risk and what they sacrifice for the rest of us. And as on those occasions, when I am a mere representative of 6 million people who are thankful for those efforts and those risks and those sacrifices, I say thanks to you. Thanks to you. You are the people who brought change to this state. You are the people who have put Indiana on the map, on all the maps. You can't pick up a newspaper these days. If there's a map of states with weak and strong economies, there's a little speck below Lake Michigan that's in the strong category. When anybody draws a map of low taxes or best places to do business or that increasing rarity among the 50 states, a honestly balanced budget, Indiana's in the color that's good and everybody else looks bad. Did you think you'd hear your state referred to, as it is commonly these days, as an oasis, as an island of growth? Ohio is laboring under terrible economic circumstances. Illinois is a wreck. Michigan has the worst economy in the nation. Minnesota just passed the biggest tax increase in history. Even our neighbors in Kentucky are deep in debt. And yet, 1 month from today, they'll draw another map. Last I looked, at least 30 states will be in red, the color you don't want to be. Your state, for the 4th year in a row, will be in the black because Republicans said it's intolerable. It's intolerable that this state of ours should be in debt, 8 years of deficits. Let's fix it now. A balanced budget without raising tax increases, that's what Republican government has meant to the state of Indiana. So I came to thank you. You did this and so much more. In so doing, you marked yourselves as a great political party, but as something more than that. You are the core of a movement for change. You are the core of a movement for reform. You cared enough about this state of ours to give of yourselves without remuneration in the hard work of convincing our fellow citizens, let's tackle our problems, let's try something new, let's get up and go. Indiana doesn't have to settle. You did this, and I came to thank you for it. You know, we had a treat this spring. Presidential campaigns paid a little attention to us, at least on the other side, and it was fun, and I'm glad it happened. They blew in and they blew out, and they've forgotten about Indiana already. I just wish that while they were here, protected in their cocoons, spitting out their tired sound bites, same ones they gave in every other state. It's too bad they didn't look around long enough and closely enough to realize if they want to see some change, they came to the state where we've made it real. You know, when it comes to change, we started the party without them. Four years ago, on this platform, late in this speech, I said to you, if you listen closely, you could hear a freight train of change coming to the state of Indiana. For us, that was not a mere figure of speech. That was not just some empty slogan. How about a few examples? When you go from bankruptcy, from 8 consecutive years of red ink to 4 straight balanced budgets and $1 billion surplus without a tax increase, that is real change, and that is no accident. When you take 2,000 cars, 5,000 employees, and $250 million in unnecessary spending out, and state government works better than before, that is real change, and that is no accident. When you cut traffic fatalities by 10%, child deaths by more than half, and BMV visit times to less than 10 minutes, that is real change, and that is no accident. When you provide 225,000 Hoosiers, think of that number, with enormous reductions in the cost of their prescription drugs, 225,000 of our lowest income, most struggling citizens with that sort of help. When you do that, and then you proceed to provide thousands more every day with the peace of mind of health insurance that they had no other way to receive, that is real change, and that was no accident. When you find a way to build the Highway 31 South Bend's been dreaming about, the Fort-to-Port Road Fort Wayne has asked for 40-some years, the Hoosier Heartland Corridor that will enliven every town from Lafayette to Logansport to Peru to Wabash and everywhere in between, to deliver the mass transit expansion that Northwest Indiana needs, the bridges our southeast corner has looked for forever, and the I-69 we've waited a half century for. When you do that, and hundreds more, when you, in so doing, avoid the gas tax increases that 33 states in desperation have imposed on top of $4 a gallon gasoline, when you do all that without any new taxes or debts, solve a huge problem that other states are stumped by, and see your solution copied around America, I guess that's what they call change, and that was no accident. And when you reformed a broken property tax system to produce greater fairness and accountability, to ensure people who have worked hard all their lives can keep the home that they own, to ensure that young people can afford to buy that first home that we call the heart of the American dream, when you do all that and it adds up to the biggest tax cut in state history, that is real change, and that was no accident either.